Welcome to Get Paid Bootcamp's Friday Fives. This is the third edition of this publication. In this edition, we'll explore how to make money as an artist. Then, we'll take a look at coupon advertising. Next, we'll tackle SEO for 2021. We will also cover 2 resources that deal with the length of content and perhaps debunk a few myths about this trend. Let's get started with the first resource that shows resources to help earn money as an artist.
Struggling to make money as an artist? Making money as an artist comes with a lot of challenges. It's a struggle to find the right audience. You have to have a strong will to keep going, or you'll get decimated. But for those artists who are passionate, it can be a joy to find people who love your work. You can also tip the scales a bit in your favor. For instance, in the description of this video, you'll find a link to an article about how to make money as an artist. While there are no guarantees, the more you know, the better you will be.
The second resource will give you some tips on SEO from 2021. Take a look at it here.
If you have a business online, then you know SEO is important. The trouble is it changes often. How do you keep up with those changes? It's certainly not easy. But when you have the right resources, it can help you get a handle on the changes quickly. There is a link in the description that points to an article on SEO for 2021. Be sure not to miss reading this article. It may be just what you need to improve your ranking with your content. Look in the description for the link and click on it now.
The third resource confirms what we have been saying at Get Paid Bootcamp for 3 years. That is, Google does not consider the length of content as a ranking factor. Do the number of words matter for Google rankings? This controversial issue has been a hot topic for several years now. The marketing gurus all say it makes a difference. But Google itself claims otherwise. Google has said this fact in the past, and lately, they have once again confirmed that the length of the content is not a ranking factor. Does this mean you shouldn't create long-form content? According to Google, if you can provide useful information to your users and keep the content short, then it makes sense to keep the content short. Some forms of content require longer form to get the message across. For instance, it's not likely that you could write a detailed tutorial in under 1,000 words. In fact, you'd likely need a lot more, closer to 2,000. The article we included discusses this issue and what a qualified source from Google has to say about it. If you have been wondering about this issue, it's worth the read. Click on the link in the description to read it. The fourth resource shows you why coupons are still a way to increase your sales. It is something you don't want to Mississippi. Take a look.
Think coupons don't work? Some people think that the golden days of finding and using coupons are over. Nothing could be further from the truth. A while back, JCPenney tried to get rid of coupons for their stores and replaced it with a strategy of lowering all prices in their stores. The result was a miserable failure. It flopped. Shoppers love coupons and deals. It's how our brains are wired. Coupons also force people to make a buying decision. With JCPenney, if the prices are low all the time, why would anyone rush to buy in their stores? They didn't think that one through. So, the next time you think using coupons for your online store or venture doesn't work, consider the JCPenney example. In the description of this video is a link to a resource that describes 27 coupon ideas that you can try out. Go there now to get started.
The last resource is the article we wrote 3 years ago about the right length of a blog post. At that time, the hype was off the charts. We bucked the conventional wisdom and wrote how it was not as impactful as all the gurus were saying. 3 years ago, we wrote an article on the ideal length of a blog post. Back then, everyone was going crazy over trying to add more words to their content. However, when you stop to think about the impact of this trend, people treated it too academically. Experts would claim that just by increasing the number of words substantially, your blog content will do better in the search engine rankings. Like anything else, this worked for the early adopters. But after everyone jumped on the craze, the benefits started to degrade. After all, only 10 spots exist for that coveted first page results of Google. Even as the length of content grows, you still only have 10 spots for page 1. Another problem is website visitors are skimmers. Think about your own browsing habits. Do you often find yourself reading 1,000-word articles? Maybe sometimes, but most of the time, you want small chunks of information quickly. In the description is a link to our article that we wrote 3 years back. Click on the link and see what we wrote back then. Feel free to comment after you read it. That wraps up this week's edition of Friday Fives. We hope you enjoyed this edition, and we look forward to you visiting us for the next edition. Have a great week.